friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a scrapbooking process video, and this is using the Crepe Paper All Heart collection. It's been a while since I've done a scrapbook layout just because so there was Christmas and I did December daily, and I did that in a 6x8. So that was kind of it wasn't like a traditional layout style. So I didn't do any layouts in December. And then in January, I had a lot of Valentine's Happy Mail projects that I was working on. So I didn't make any scrapbook layouts in January because I was so focused on doing those. So now it's February and I'm ready to get back into doing some scrapbooking. Feeling really inspired because I wasn't doing that for such a long time. I took such a big break from scrapbooking that I feel kind of rejuvenated a little bit. I think that it helps because I do different paper crafting things that when I get tired of something, I can move on to the other and kind of feel a little bit fresh again when I go back to it. That I'm not just doing the same kind of craft over and over again. So that's really nice. So this is from our travel album from when we went to Amsterdam and Berlin all the way back in September. This album is taking me forever to do, but that's okay. I'm letting myself kind of take my time and not rush through it if I don't feel like it. I'm not going to push myself if I'm not feeling motivated. Maybe if it comes a point to where it's like a year after the trip and it's still not done, then maybe, but I don't think it'll be that long. I usually don't go that long without finishing an album. But I'm basically not all of them, but most of the scrapbooking pages I'll do from now on are going to be for this album. I am using this specific collection and other products that match it well for this album. So if I'm doing like my wild hair kit or something like that, if I'm using my wild hair kit, then I will probably just take from my regular album, like do a picture from my regular album, just so that there's consistency in this album. But I have lots of catching up to do on that album too. So yeah, so there's no losing there, I guess. So this is a picture of my husband and the Berlin Wall when we were there. Yeah, it was a really, really great trip when I think back on it. So many fond memories. And I had no idea where I was going with this layout. I like to work off of a sketch or off of like a scrap lift or something. And I was feeling a little rusty because it had been so long. But I was watching some Inky Quill YouTube videos, or actually Patreon videos, and I was getting really inspired by her using colored backgrounds. And so that's what I decided to do for this one. And I was going to do lots of layers behind the photos, but with it being two photos, it didn't work right with how I was placing it. And I was trying to place them together, but it didn't really look right. So I kind of just put one on the left and one on the right like this, as you can see, and kind of built on from there. I wanted to use a little bit of yellow in this layout. There is yellow in this collection because my husband's wearing a yellow sweater. So I thought that would just work well together and bring out more of that yellow. So you can see there's the flower and the word obsessed. And yeah, like I said, I didn't really know at this point where I was going with this layout or how it was going to turn out, but it kind of just flowed. It's not totally looking like what I would put together, but it was my first one getting back into it. So I wasn't really going to be too hard on myself. And I actually really love how the layout turned out. Even though it's not like me and there's a lot going on, I still really love it. This collection is just so darling, and you can't really go wrong when you make stuff with this collection. And there's been a lot of positive feedback on previous layouts that I've done with this collection. And the kind of kit I put together, some other little pieces to go together with this collection. But there's been a lot of positive feedback. So kind of rolling with it and keep working with it. I wanted some white paint splatters, and I also wanted to outline this in white because there was a lot of white in this layout. And I didn't have any like white, like mist spray. And I didn't really want to get out acrylic paints and all that kind of stuff. And my paint pen was not working. I cut out the part of the video that I tried just because it took up so much time and you couldn't really tell from the video what in the world I was doing. But I would try my paint pen on the paper, and it's a normal cardstock paper, and it just would disappear. It was the weirdest thing ever. It was like I would do it and it would disappear right away, as if I was doing it on like acetate or something. You know what I mean? It was very strange. I thought it would like soak into the paper, but it just vanished. It was really weird. So I decided to use some white watercolor paint. I don't know if it'll show up well after it dries, but I thought, well, I put the effort in. It's better than trying nothing. It's better than putting nothing down on my page. So it is what it is, and I'm still happy that I tried with this white watercolor anyway, and I did some paint splatters. And this is one of those pens, those watercolor pens where you can put water in the top of it. And I did another layer of it just to darken it up a bit, just in case. I'm going to grab my layout now. It's been a couple hours, so let me see if it shows. Okay, yeah, so I have it now, and actually the white shows up really well. So I might do that in the future again and with different colors. This is just a really cheap watercolor set from Michaels. But now that I know that it kind of works, I could use whatever color I want, really. So yeah, so I guess that worked. There we go. That's good to know. It wasn't the easiest and it's not the neatest, but it did the trick, and I'm glad I could find white to outline it. I even had 2 white gel pens, and both of them were empty and like out of ink. So I don't know what happened there, but this is the completed layout. I love it. I'm super happy with it, and I hope you like it too. Thanks for watching. Bye.